Hi guys, welcome to OG Cars, and in today's video we're going to try and remember how many cars we have and then do a rough plan of what's staying and what's going.
So we just had a think and we are currently on 24 cars as far as we can remember. So I'll go first because I've got less. So I've currently got 3 Skoda favourites that are stored at our friend's house. So that is Kelly, who will be coming back here soon for me to use again. I've got my 136, the low mileage one, and I've got my CD edition. And then at home, I've got my Nissan 300ZX, I've got Charmander the Panda, my 169 4x4 and my 4M. And then I've also got my Volvo 480 Turbo, which is stored in a garage away from home as well. So that's 8 for me.
So that leaves me only 16 to remember. So trying to go off the top of my head here, we've got the Audi Coupe GT, we've got the Fiat Panda 4x4 Sisley Edna, which was featured on earlier in the channel. Been sitting for a little while now, just chilling.
Oh, that's a shared car.
That is a shared car actually, so yeah, okay, so call it half and half each. We've got the Wartburg Knight, the blue one, which is currently having some clutch issues, so we'll get on that another time. We've got the Fiat Panda Italia 90, which you guys may also remember, and is also sitting around waiting for me to get around to it. We've got Pandino, which hasn't featured for a while, because again, I feel quite bad actually. Things have been sitting around. This is kind of why we wanted to do this video. We've got too many things sitting around, and we kind of want to thin down a few things and actually get back around to some of the things we were always planning to do. And then we've got the Renault Twingo, of course. We've got Jurassic Panda. We've got 3 very rusty right-hand drive Wartburg Tourists. That brings us to 10. Then we've got a left-hand drive Wartburg Tourist, which isn't as bad. We've got 2 Wartburg 311s, brings us to 13. And then we've got the blue Fiat 126, the yellow Fiat 126, and then we've got the Fiat Panda 4x4 from the recent ULEZ saving video, and I believe that brings us to 16.
So in the video today, we're basically going to list off some of the cars which we think do need to go, unfortunately, from the collection. So as Owen mentioned when he was listing off his cars like, for example, Edna is very sentimental to me and Owen, but because of the amount of other cars that we keep buying, she's taken a massive back foot over the last 3 years and we've not really had a chance to use her and fix her up. So the plan is to sell other cars so that cars which we've always wanted and we now want to prioritise can come forward and we can use them again. So I'll go first. The first car that I'm selling is probably my most recent purchase, which is actually my Fiat Panda 169 4x4. Now, I bought that car as a daily kind of run around. I'd always wanted to try 169 4x4 and I think it's a great car. But in the meantime, I've got Charmander back on the road, so that is my 1.28 valve swapped Fiat Panda, which I've always dailied. And since I've got back in Charmander, I've stopped using the 4x4. So the 4x4 always sits there all the time, apart from maybe once a week when Owen takes it into work. And it's sitting there, it doesn't deserve to be sitting there. So I think it's best I'll do the little things it needs, and I will sell that car on.
So the next car on the list is the Fiat Panda 4x4 Sisley, which you guys know as Project Sisley, so H830 EBM. Ultimately, we have, as we've mentioned, Edna, which is a red 4x4 Sisley, one of the original 500 UK series ones, so that's one we want to keep. And ultimately, Jurassic Panda is, well, used to be a Sisley as well, so we've already got those 2 4x4s, and I've just taken on the white Project 4x4 from the ULEZ saving video, so ultimately I can't really keep 4 classic 4x4s and one has to give. So it's just about to come out of its paint restoration soon, and it's only got a couple of other things to put back together after that. So ultimately I actually have a buyer lined up for that car, and that one will be going.
And then next up for me is in fact the low mileage Skoda favourite 136 LS. Now that is a lovely car, but it does need a few things doing. So the plan is it's got some rust on the rear sills I showed in a video, so we're going to get it welded up. We're basically going to get it to a point where we're happy it will go through its next MOTs. So it's going to tidy it up a little bit and it's going to go up for sale. Now, the plan was for us to restore it and to put it back on the road and use it, but it just doesn't really have a place in our garage, sadly, because I've already got Kelly and I can't sell Kelly, and I've got the Forum estate, and for me, there's no point in me having, I had 5 or 6 favourites at one point. So I'll have Kelly and I'll have the Forum, and sadly the 136 is going to go for that. While I'm on it, because I'm on favourites, I am also selling the Skoda Favourite CD edition. So that's currently at Ed's house as well, the same place as the 136. We're doing a few things on that. We're having a few setbacks with it, annoyingly, but it's nothing that we can't fix. So both of those cars are being done up to sell on. Obviously, if you're interested in either, let me know. The 136 is a little bit easier because it's MOT'd, but I'd like to get it to a point where I'm happy it'll go for the next one, whereas the CD needs to get to a point where it can go through an MOT. So they're at different points. But yeah, 2 Skoda favourites will be leaving the garage.
So next up is the blue Italy trip Fiat 126. Now this is a bit of a shocker, I guess. And I didn't actually plan to sell it, but again, I've got a buyer lined up for this one. So it's worked out. It's actually a friend of mine and I'm never going to look after it. Ultimately, I have the yellow 126, so I'm not as worried about this. I wanted to do a decent build on the yellow one anyway, so it sort of just makes way so that I can actually get on and do that, because again, it's one of them cars I bought and just left to sit again.
And it funds it a bit as well.
It funds it a bit as well, so ultimately selling some of these cars will help to put other ones on the road anyway. The next up is the Wartburg 311 with the Renault engine. Ultimately, I would like to do a little bit of restoration on the left-hand drive Taurus and the Wartburg 311 with the Volvo engine. And obviously I've got all the other projects as well, so I'm going to try and get rid of the Wartburg 311 with the Renault engine. It needs a little bit more work. Hopefully someone else can take it on. I do actually have a viewing booked for this, but ultimately if anyone is interested, let me know, because it may not be sold at this time. It's currently on Car and Classic. And my Rusty Wartburgs, I have 3 of them. 2 are listed. I say Rusty Wartburgs, I mean they're all, they're fine. The right-hand drive ones, which you may remember from the most recent video where I bought terrible rusty ones, and there's that one at West Wales, which is still over there as well actually. If anyone wants that one, let me know, because I don't currently have a buyer set for that one and I haven't currently listed it for sale. The other 2 are sort of half listed for sale in a couple of groups, and I've got some viewings booked for them as well. But again, if they haven't sold and you 2 really want a really rusty right-hand drive Wartburg, then get in touch and let me know. So ultimately that is quite a big downsizing, because that's 24 current fleet down 9 cars to 15. What are we ever going to do to survive with only 15 cars? Who knows? But ultimately it needs to be done. I need to do a bit of condensing because I've moved over here now. I don't want to clutter up so much at home, and I don't want to clutter up over here as well. And with other plans, I can't keep that many cars conveniently forever. I mean, cars are being stored in a field as well, which is not ideal. Obviously not loads of them. We've got most of them in a dry area and some are in a garage, but it's just one of them things. I don't just want to leave stuff everywhere. So again, condensing it is the most ideal thing. There's so much to do, and it's like with some of the cars that are stored in the field, it's you go and do one thing and suddenly you need another tool or another part, and you have to wait for something, or you have to go and pick something up, and then it demotivates you for that particular thing. You work on the next car that's over there, and then you've got the same thing, and you've just got this list and list and list on every car, and it's just never ending. It'll always be never ending with classic cars, but I think 24 is possibly excessive.
I think you said it the right way, because you said demotivated. Like, I think it was the other day we went up to our friend's house to work on one car. That didn't go well, so we went to work on another car. That didn't go well, so we went to work on another car. And by that point, we're fed up. And then that's 3 cars, which we've got absolutely nowhere with. We've wasted a day with. So we just want to focus on what's important to us and what we like. And we're not saying we don't like these other cars, but there's cars that we like more than the other cars.
We have to prioritise.
Yeah.
And ultimately, with that reason in mind, I have to prioritise certain projects. Like, I really love to do the yellow 126, because if I'm selling the blue one, I really want to get another one back. The Italia 90, it's been ages. I want to get that on the road, so on and so forth with other projects. So in theory, if someone wanted to buy the left-hand drive Taurus from the recent video, or the Wartburg 311 with the Volvo engine, ultimately they could be available to the right buyer. I know people watching this channel would be the right kind of buyer. We don't just want to sell cars on the open market to anyone all the time, because you never know what you're going to get, and obviously we want it to go to the right home.
Yeah, and the same goes for all the other cars. So any car we've listed in the video today, they are all for sale. If you're interested in any of them, drop us a message. We're more than happy to answer any questions. As we say, we just want them to go to the right home.
You can contact us on Instagram on OGCarsYT.
OG Cars, the Instagram's probably the best one, because I'm always on my phone, so I'll see that straight away. But drop us a comment on YouTube. I don't know what else we've got linked. We have our email
We've got a Facebook page,
Facebook.
of course, OG Cars. But yeah, I think that's about it. Direct, or you can message us directly if you have us on Facebook or whatever. But yeah, that'd be great. So thanks very much for watching this video. Like, comment and subscribe for much more content, because obviously we're going to be downsizing some of the things and working on many more things. This is this is not just funneling down into something that's very small. We're still we've still got loads of stuff and loads of stuff to work on. So there's going to be plenty of great content. So we appreciate all your support, and thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.